Hello everyone, Mr. Happy here, and in this video I want to share with you guys some new screenshots for patch 3.5 for Final Fantasy XIV. Some of these involve the main story, some of them involve the dungeons, and with it just being a few weeks away, mid-January, expect to see a lot of these things popping up. There were also main scenario and dungeon previews on the front page, but even more screenshots than what's shown there are present in this little press pack. If you guys wonder where we get these screenshots, by the way, they're not like sent to us by like a super secret Square Enix spy. Literally, you go to Square Enix's press site and all the pictures are there. So that's where I get these images from. So, first up we have Ida, Krile, and Tataru talking to a character I don't recognize. Then again, it's been a while since I've done anything in the main scenario. Some sort of archer, and I remember seeing people pointing out in the Reddit thread in the post this morning that her hair matches Seiss from Type 0. We've been getting the Type 0 hairstyles for a while now, and there's still a handful of them left. So if that matches it, then maybe that's one of the new hairstyles we're going to be seeing in that patch. So moving on, we have this. Now this is interesting. There's one thing that stands out to me with this screenshot more than anything. So clearly it's all the leaders of the different factions. I mean, you've got Alice and Alphinaud on the right. You've got Raoban over there. You've got, what's her name? Connie Senna. You've got Amric. You've got Lucia. But you've got Giri. We haven't seen Giri in such a long time. Not since the things happened with one of her voice actresses, God rest her soul. And it looks like they might be ready to start pushing her more into the forefront, if she's here in the first place. It's just that she's been completely absent from the story entirely since what happened. So interested to see if they've either picked up a new voice actress or for the English one, or if she's just here as like a formality and she won't actually have any speaking lines. I'm hoping she has some speaking lines, just because we want Giri back. They introduced us to this character, they put her in front of us, and then because of what happened, they didn't do anything for a while. Maybe now it's time to bring her back. So interested to see where that ends up going. Next we have a zoom in on Ida. Man, I am just so ready for Ida to be the character from the Stormblood trailer. I am so ready for her to take that turban off and just long hair. Can't wait. And then we have a picture of Papalymo holding Tup Samadhi. That's an important thing. Tup Samadhi is something we were curious what it was going to lead to when we saw the previews in 3.4, when we actually saw 3.4 story. So I'm curious to see where both of these things end up leading. And it looks like they're on SARS Wall. I mean, the angle is kind of weird, but I'm pretty sure they're both on SARS Wall. So this is probably an event that takes place at the end of the dungeon. And we also have a screenshot of the Griffin, who's holding a big sword. I'm wondering if he's going to be a boss, or if this is just like a combat sort of render. Maybe he'll fight alongside us. I don't know. I have a feeling we'll end up fighting this guy, though. And if he's not part of SARS Wall, I'd like to see him be part of an original trial. But I feel like that's asking for a bit much. If anything, one of those solo trials like we had for the Warriors of Darkness, maybe that's for him. But honestly, that's even if we're lucky, because we all know Steps of Faith, Chrysalis. Some people think we're going to get Steps of Faith 2.0, where there's that trial that everyone can't beat and complains about, and then it gets nerfed into the ground. So let's see where that actually ends up going. We got some screenshots of SARS Wall right here. Just a few of the enemies. These things, I feel like these are praying mantises, obviously, or praying manti. I feel like I recognize these things, but I don't know from where. I guess I won't get hung up on it. Magitek bosses. Honestly, SARS Wall is going to have to do a lot to impress me, because the last time we went into a Garlean-based dungeon would have to be, I guess Keeper of the Lake might be the last one, technically. But going back even further, back to the Castrums, the bosses were all just like, Magitek. They didn't really do anything special. So I'm curious to see how SARS Wall ends up working, because even the bosses in Keeper of the Lake were nothing really exciting. The first boss wasn't even Garlean. It was only the second boss that was a Garlean machine, and that was not an interesting boss by any stretch of the imagination. So curious to see if they're able to make some interesting bosses. Looks like this Magitek's got an extra arm that he's lifting up, and I can't get a good view on. So maybe he's got something. He's also got a fuel canister on his back. I don't know if it looks like it's probably to fly. If not, hopefully it's to shoot rocket launchers at us, because that would be rocket launchers make everything better. We've got Samal hard mode. Man, seeing that Ochu, that's the Ochu from Final Fantasy 13. That's what they looked like there. If I remember correctly, the Ochu and the Neochu were known for spawning like endless ads, but this looks to be a trash mob. I mean, you can see the steam rising up around certain parts of Samal. You can see the, I can't even remember the like werewolf type enemies that we see over on the sides. And then you can see the Ochu itself. But this doesn't tell, this tells me this is just trash. So I'm wondering if these are like micro chews and one of the bosses is the actual Ochu. I guess we'll just have to wait to find out. Some other pictures of some other parts of the dungeons. This looks like it's going to be a boss arena. It's a circle, so it's got to be a boss arena. Maybe in the final boss arena. I don't see where we would go after this, but this is only the second screenshot, so I'm probably wrong. The final boss is probably in this lava-ridden area. You can see those like lava spiders chilling over on the side. I can see a slime-type enemy. I think this dungeon visually looks cool as hell. I'm just wondering how much of it is actually hazardous. Like, if I step in this lava, is it going to be like the lava from Labyrinth of the Ancients, or am I pretty much set on a path and the lava is just off to the side and I'll probably never actually step in it? I'm curious to see how they end up designing it like that. We've got another enemy right here. These things are nothing special either. I mean, it looks like he's got something on his head, though. I can't really make it out from here. But it looks like maybe something's controlling him? It's hard to tell. It's an angle from like the bottom up. It's like all the Final Fantasy 15 angles against the Iron Giants. I have no idea what's actually on the top of his head. Oh god. So this is the new gear from the dungeons. And apparently somebody over at the Square Enix office just finished playing one of the Metal Gear Solid games. Because these are, I mean, so some of the face masks are interesting. But I think everyone's looking at the beret from the third one on the left, and the gas mask on the far right. It's literally a friggin' hazmat suit of an outfit from a dungeon. I got to admit, it is a vastly different looking set from most of the armor sets we have in the game currently, and that's good because after a while, a lot of sets start to sort of go together. So it's cool. It's one of the better looking dungeon sets that I've seen. I just don't know how it feels, like how like it feels inside of Final Fantasy 15. I'm seeing some people in my chat calling out Psycho Mantis, 14 com instead of XCOM, or XIV com instead of XCOM, you know, things like that. But I think it's a pretty decent looking dungeon set. Next we have Zurvan the Demon, the final member of the Warring Triad. So it looks like he actually starts his fight still chained up, but only the bottom half of him is chained up currently. So we start the fight almost A9 style, Alexander, the creator of the first floor, against the refurbisher, and then he'll eventually break free, and the fight probably goes, you know, crazy or whatever, you know, like all the primals do. First half normal, second half crazy. Yeah, you could see they're fighting him in his prison right now, and then he probably gets released from his prison, and then we kill him for good. And that's what his full model looks like. If you haven't seen it at this point, this is like the 6th time I've seen it in like a different sort of screenshot pack. He's got a tail, he's got 2 claws on his bottom torso, and then he's got his normal, you know, upper body, which we've already seen. We've got Eggy Glamours. So it looks like a lot of the questions were if we were just going to get Emerald and Topaz, but it looks like we're at least getting 3 carbuncle colors. We know there's more than this. We know about Obsidian Carbuncle. We know about the Carbuncles in Idleshire. So I'm curious if these are the only 3 we're getting, or if they're just showing off these 3 to start. I don't know. But we know there's more colors than this out there, and we all know that there are other resources in the game for Eggies that they could use, Eggies they could design. So I personally am waiting for the Ramu Eggies from the fight itself, and the Sephiroth ones from the Sephiroth fight. But who knows when we'll see the other actual Eggies. It took us this long to get the Carbuncles, so let's just say I'm not rushing them, because I'm done rushing them with this, because we were lucky we're even getting it at all at this point. And then here's just a couple of screenshots. I believe these are the last few of the cross-server party finder. You can see Data Center, World, Private, which I'm assuming are the ones that have password locked. You can see the way cross-world party that it's called, and you can see who the party creator is. You can see, I guess, what server they're on, the creation of it, and then of course you can break it down. You can actually do, am I looking for dungeons, am I looking for trials? So there's a lot more sorting tools here and searching tools, so you can try to find exactly what it is you're looking for across the entire data center. So it's a good thing that they have that, or even on your own world if you just want to sort through your own world. But unfortunately, not many servers have a whole lot to scroll through on their own worlds. I'm on one of the few of them, so probably going to be looking at your whole data center for this one. And that's it. I believe those are all the screenshots. Is there one more? Yeah, here's one more. Recruit members across data centers, form a private party. Oh, we know their password. It's 14. Oh, the 14 team made the password 0014. Man, how did I not see that coming? Anyway, yeah, so this is how you how it looks now. You could choose whether or not you want to recruit across data centers or just on your server. And then if you want to make it private and you want to make it password locked, then you could do that as well here. And that is the final screenshot. So now we've gone through these screenshots. Don't forget, this Friday, December 23rd at 5:30 p.m. PST is the opening keynote where we're expecting them to talk about the expansion, obviously. And then at 9 p.m. PST that same night, Friday, December 23rd, is going to be the live letter about patch 3.5. So we've got a ton of information coming this week, a ton of videos coming this week, a lot of hype coming this week, and then 3.5 can't be more than 2-3 weeks away at this point. Well, I guess 2-3 weeks away, 3 or 4 weeks, I guess I should say, because we don't know, January 10th, January 17th, probably one of those 2 days. But I'm excited. Hopefully you are too. And hopefully we get some more previews of things like the 24-man and the exploratory missions in the coming days. But anyway, thank you for watching this video. Be sure to like, favorite, subscribe, and share. And stay tuned for all the latest Final Fantasy XIV news, videos, guides, all that stuff. Anyway, thank you for watching. Until next time, take care.